Are we on? I don't know. Let me see. I fix those lights. I fix those lights there. Got Skeleducky. There's a cat on my foot. Um, is anyone out there? Hello? Hello? How does it sound? Is there an echo? Hello? How does it sound? Hello? They're talking. I wonder if it's on. I wonder if we're live. Shit, how long have we been live? Was I scratching when I was live? Or was that after? I can't even see the chat here. Okay, got the water. Oh shit. Oh shit, I was live while I was scratching. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Grayson Report. This is a special show dedicated to Lisa Grayson. She is the owner of this channel. She's done very well. She's a trooper. She's been a little bit of she's been on a hiatus lately because, as you know, there was these fires in LA. Condolences to those who lost their homes and family on a serious step. So her birthday was a few weeks ago during those tragic events, and she has decided to delay her celebration till today. So, what I'm going to do right now, my name is Lewis. I'm going to introduce her without further ado. Let's give it up for the birthday girl, Lisa Grayson. Yay.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, guys?
You're right. I can barely see the chat. And I have glasses. No, I can see it there. I just can't see it in front of me. And I can do it on my phone. What is up, guys? What's up, Elaine? What's up, Jean Rick, Maria, Matthew, Curious Potato, Daniel, Bernadette? I saw Brandon. I saw Julissa. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone else. I saw D Nice. Thank you, D Nice, for being, and I think Julissa also said 21 months for being a member of the Wolfpack for 21 months. Thank you, guys. How ironic that it's 21 months.
Yeah, show off your memberships.
Just making sure I'm not delayed. Brandon, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 20 months. Shelly, what is up? Dusty, how's it going? Denny Rose, Tyrana, Emily Parkinson.
Oh my God, 17 months.
Shelly and Carol. Shelly, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 17 months. Carol, a lucky 13 months. Bernadette is at 21 months as well. Elaine, 16 months. Maria goes, you look so cute. Love your shirt. You can't see. Thank you. You can't see what it says. Oh, there you go. I got to lift up a little. There you go. I had to get it because you know me with the pew-pews. Thank you, guys. I know my birthday was a couple weeks ago, as Lewis said. Mr. Red Gaming, how's it going? It's just that's when all this craziness started happening. They said we were going to have crazy winds, and that's exactly what happened on my birthday. And that's when all these fires started happening as well. Didn't feel like celebrating. Nerd Report, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 21 months as well. While the craziness was going on, I'm good to stand up. I feel for all those people that lost their homes, including the celebrities. There were a few celebrities that did lose their home. it still sucks regardless if you're, because I mean they're a little, obviously they're a little well off, but it still sucks because they put, not Pasadena, but like the Pacific Palisades, like it sucks because you put all your, a lot of them made like their dream home there and they lost it. But not Altadena area. There was a lot of houses there that were generations like passed down. So it's kind of, it's crazy. And there were still fires even after that were spotting up everywhere.
Emily was 7 months.
Emily, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 7 months. Carol goes, my family that lives near those are doing great. I was happy to hear from them. Heather, whatever, what is up? Also want to give a shout out to Kimberly C. She had purchased something on my Amazon wish list for my birthday, and I did get it a couple weeks ago. I just haven't been able, I haven't been on, so I haven't been able to. I did tell her thank you over social media, but I wanted to give her an official shout out to her. I was also not feeling too well as well. So, hold on.
What happened?
Let me turn my sounds off. No, because it gets, sometimes I get, it makes me, I get anxiety sometimes. Like, what is that?
How many sounds do you have on your phone?
A lot. I have a lot of sounds on my phone. Thank you, Wendy Corn, for the happy belated birthday. Denny Rose goes, if I could send you guys some snow to cool, put the fires out. We actually got rain.
We got
A lot of rain the last 2 days. So that was kind of cool. That did help. In some ways, and in some ways it didn't, because now those areas have flood warnings. Shelly, thank you for that super chat. Have a little something on me. Hearts for Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. Oh, also too, we are going this year again to Mad Monster, Arizona. That is in July. I know we're speaking what 6 months in advance, but 7. Well, we'll be 6 because this month is almost over. 6 months in advance, but if you head over to madmonster.com, I believe, it should give you some details about that. I believe it's in July. It's usually around the same time. Give me a second, guys. It is the 11th through 13th of July. So we always have a blast every time we go. It is horror related. And it is small and intimate. Um I know some of you have been. When you do go, you might be sitting at the bar and you see, like a celebrity walk by, or you may be in the elevator and you see one going up to your room. So it's kind of a cool place. If you guys can make it this year, check it out.
Ask what day's gonna stream.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I am probably going to tweak the days that I stream. As you guys know, I do have a 9 to 5 where I work at an adoption center. It's a nonprofit, um, no kill shelter. So I was going to figure out what days you would like me to stream. I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Obviously during the week, it's got to be after 8, unfortunately, because I do get off late. Curious Potato goes, love a bit of horror. So I wanted to check out with you guys what's a good day to maybe tweak it or get some ideas.
Yeah, what's the best days?
So what's the best days?
What hours do you guys like? Whatever.
Or
Actually, ask them what country, city, or state they're watching from.
what country, city, or state are you guys watching from? Emily Parkinson's, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome back, Daniel, Priscilla, Crystal, Trevor, and B. Taylor to the Wolfpack. Hearts to Emily Parkinson's. and all the new Wolfpack members. Mr. Ruck Gaming is in New Zealand. Whoa. And show off those emojis. Marie is from Alhambra, California. Shelly's up north. I know Daniel's up north too. Bernadette's at her house. I'm currently in Los Angeles in SoCal. To be exact, Daniel's in Emerald Triangle, California. And I've seen that area. It's pretty cool. Nice and green. Elaine is in Houston. Denny, I know you've said this before. I'm going to butcher it again. But Quebec, Canada, because I know I'm going to butcher the city name. Got to New. Wendy is in El Sereno, California, near Alhambra. Curious Potato is in Cambridge, UK. Julissa, Redwood City. She's up north as well. Brandon is next to his dog, Bojax. That's a good place to be. Those the little dogs are like the cutest dogs. I am mom to a few of them at the adoption center.
How many do you have now?
Lewis is asking how many dogs I have now. He's waiting for me to bring a dog home. I probably will one of these days. I have about I don't think I have 25, but the max we have is 25. I do know we just received 2 cute Schnauzer mix puppies. They're 6 months old. I'm surprised they made it through the weekend. Cuz usually puppies go quick. But it seems like at my center this month is a cat kind of month. People have been adopting cats.
Cats are always popular. What kind of animal do they have left?
Or what kind of animals do you guys have? If any. I tell everyone I have a heart for the littles. But there are 2 pit bulls that we currently have at my center, and they are the sweetest things. Winnie and Goliath. Goliath does hold up to his name. He is Goliath. Lately he's been trying to chew on my shoelaces. And he will drag my shoelaces with him, with my shoes on my feet. He'll try to get my beanie off my head. He's done that. Shelly has cats. Jennifer Marie goes, I'm back. Happy birthday, Lisa. Thank you, Jennifer Marie. Carol goes, dog in a fish tank. Lee Saint, what is up? Tuxedo cat named Dog. That is a cool name. Daniel goes, 5 cats have us. That's right, because we don't own cats. They own us. When they want to be pet, they'll be pet. I think that's what a lot of people want. They want that cat that jumps on your lap, but there's not always a cat that does that. Sometimes you'll get that cat. We've had a few cats that will, when you go in, they're like the friendliest thing, purring. Had some kittens, same thing, purring right off. But then we had a few of those cats where I've had people like, well, they're kind of standoffish. I'm like, yeah, they're a cat. When they want your attention, they'll grab your attention. Some people know cats though when they come in and they realize that. Curious Potato has a Komodo dragon. Denny Rose, I have a Morkie named Zoe. French, Maisie, English. She has a Frenglish name. I'm French. My hubby is English. Oh, that's kind of cool. Julissa has a sassy black lab. Heather, whatever, has a Schnauzer pug from the Reno, Nevada shelter. He's my 12-year-old monster, Jack Sparrow. Dusty has a mixed breed, a healer, and a Basenji or Basenji. Shelly, I totally agree. Pitties are so sweet. They get a bad rep. They do. Believe it or not, they are the sweetest dogs. Goliath, including, though he likes to nip at me, but I think he's just playing around with me. They said that he's kind of like that. He wants to play around. Um, Sweetest thing. I've had people come in and go, "Oh my god, not them," and I go, "Don't go by the appearance. They're the sweetest dogs you've ever met." Elaine goes, "Cats and a few kiddos."
Who got notified?
Matthew has an old snow cat. We had tapped you on the arm when she wanted something. Jennifer Marie goes, "I have 4 cats. The house belongs to them. They just allow me to exist here also." Curious Potatoes always wanted a ferret, as they are said to be cute and curious, but they may smell. I've had a ferret, just don't tell anybody because they're illegal in the state of California. I had one. He did pass away. There are, I mean, I guess I didn't feel like he smelled. I mean, if you kept him clean, it's like with any animal. He curious for sure. I felt like they're kind of like a kitten. They get into everything. Is the only way I could think of it. Chris, how's it going? Emily goes, "None for now, and I miss it. Miss it. I miss my Harley Pug and Zero, my pit." Heather Whatever goes, "I had a feral cat I adore. She lived to 21, but my kids were allergic, so she was my last kitty." Ah. I don't. Elaine's asking, why are ferrets illegal in the state of California? I have no idea.
Do they bite?
I don't think they bite, so I don't know. I never really looked to see why they're illegal. Though, which makes no sense. If you go to the pet store here, they do have ferret food. Makes no sense. Walmart in their pet section, super centers have ferret food. And I'm like, they're illegal here. So why? I don't know why they're illegal. Maybe state of California. I don't know. Did y'all get notified here on YouTube? And also too, make sure you're subscribed. YouTube is pesky. They like to unsubscribe people. Daniel, I am not sure. Do they reproduce like rabbits? I just had one, so I don't know.
They're illegal in California and Hawaii. Let them know.
Lewis said they're illegal in California and Hawaii. Matthew Googled it for me. Thank you, Matthew. Said ferrets are illegal in California because the state considers them a threat to native wildlife.
Yeah, they eat the ecosystem. They eat small mammals and shit. Ferrets carry diseases, rabies.
I mean, yeah, but you could still get them.
Yeah, but remember, they don't know what we're talking about, so you gotta.
They said that they I guess they carry rabies, but I'm thinking, well, there is a vaccine unless they don't have a vaccine for ferrets. I would think maybe it's a different I would think it's the same vaccine, maybe a different dosage. Heather, whatever goes, egg stealers. So I guess, I mean, Jennifer Marie also said, according to Google, ferrets are illegal because they fear a feral population if they escape. Julissa also said ferrets are known to attack infants. I did not know. Maybe a unsocialized one, but then that could happen to with dogs too.
Yeah, all animals.
All animals when they're not so like wild animals. Forget that. We get coyotes in our neighborhoods. That's with all animals. You don't know how they'll react. Even with some I would say some animals that are used to humans that are friendly, you don't know how they're going to react with certain people. So I'm always careful, especially when there's children in the center. I'm very careful because I don't know. Hence, a lot of our volunteers, they're high school students, so so I don't know how a dog will react when there's a kid, because I did have a dog um, where someone was interested in them, and they had a little kid, and she's like the sweetest thing. We've never had any problems. Perfect. She's like a beagle mix, 7 years old. Has the energy of a puppy, but the calmness of an adult dog. As soon as she sees a kid, oh my god, she goes ballistic. So you know what I mean? You never know how animals will react, even if they're sweet to you. Not to say that that's the way you train them to be. You just don't know.
Oh, are you on? Folks, if you all want to get, I know a lot of you already hooked up Lisa with a birthday gift. Thank you so much. If you want to get her something else, she wants to see Terrifier 3. And we could, if you want to get her the rental, it's only a $6 rental. You want to see it, right?
Yeah,
Terrifier
I
3.
also have it on my Amazon wish list.
Oh, you have it on Amazon, but the Blu-ray or
Yeah,
the movie?
the movie.
Okay. But you can watch it now for, if anybody super chats $6, we'll watch that tonight.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Yeah, for her birthday.
Or if you want, I do have an Amazon wish list if you guys want to check it out as well. If someone could drop the link in the chat.
Also, she has like really hype. Her ADD is really bad, so keep the conversation going in the chat, or she'll just fall asleep right here, and then I have to pick her up. And it's
I'm
like,
not gonna fall asleep.
no, we'll keep asking questions, folks.
just
Keep the
run out of
conversation
things.
going.
Oh, I can add. I have something to talk about that's in the news. I happen to be scrolling, and I know it's like, because I always do Conjuring House updates.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going to talk about that because today's a celebration stream, but I'll add it. I saw Jason post. I know Matthew pointed it out too, that she didn't show up to her court hearing. Um, so now there's a bench warrant out for her. Also, I believe he posted today. Jason happened to point it out, that if you go to the conjuringhouse.com, I believe, um, Jacqueline Nunez. There's a yellow light on your mic blinking. What does that mean?
On my mic?
Yeah.
What does it matter? Could they still hear you?
You can still hear me, guys, right? Like I've always said, okay, you still can hear me. Like I always said, I believe she thinks she's above the law, and her actions doesn't obviously prove it. If you go to theconjuringhouse.com, she has, if you scroll down a bit, um, um, if you scroll down to almost, you're gonna see like this white area on the website with purple writing. It says TCH is closed until further notice. We will update you on a reopening as soon as we know it. I am Jacqueline Marie Nunez, owner, currently preparing lawsuits against Corey Heinzen, Jason Hawes, and other people for hate speech on YouTube and social media.
Wait, hold on. I have to do jumping jacks.
Thank you, Emily, for that $10 super chat. Hearts for Emily, guys. I was gonna wait because I was trying to finish the article.
Go this way. No, wait. You know what? If you want to interrupt Lisa, could you remember where you're at?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, a super chat like that. 10 jumping jacks. Ready? 1, 2. Oh shit! I can't do this here. Like the entire house is shaking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. Yeah, there you go, Lisa. What's with the story? Keep going with it. I'm actually pretty tired.
And for other people for hate speech on YouTube and social media, also lawsuits against YouTube, Discovery, streaming channels, and Facebook for allowing slander, defamation, and international infliction of emotional distress on me, and tortuous interference with a business, Needham Bank and or Fair Harbor booking site for grand theft of the TCH earnings, whatever the heck she's talking about. Facebook for the First Amendment free speech and freedom of expression violations by unpublishing the TCH page to silence my voice. Lady, the reason why they did that was because you were talking gibberish. You were literally talking about like conspiracy theories that it literally made you look bad. They did you a favor. Like seriously, I mean, if you were following me from a while, I did go over some of those posts, and this was a business page, mind you, on Facebook. Who was asking about my wish list?
Elena.
Oh, Elaine. Thank you, Bernadette, for Bernadette dropped the wish list, my Amazon wish list, in the chat. If you guys want to take a gander there, I did add some stuff on there recently. So I feel like Facebook did her a favor because the way she was talking, she was not in like a straight mind. It was like conspiracy theory. She was going back to like the Civil War. And I was like, what the heck? What does this have to do with the Conjuring House? This is the business page. You know what I mean? Lawsuits against the town of Burville, the state of Rhode Island, and Facebook for failing to prosecute these criminals and are allowing the destruction of my reputation and business. Based on information provided, the U.S. government for a sponsored strategy to close paranormal locations. No, the government has nothing. Why does the government want to close down the Conjuring House? They don't make money off of it, really, except for maybe the business license that she failed. Well, she didn't fail. They didn't approve it because of what she put in it. And I'm not sure what she put in it because they didn't publish that. Finally, the town of Burville, which is where the Conjuring House is located, arbitrary and capricious non-renewal of the TCH business license in violation of constitutional and administrative state, federal, and international laws. She just keeps on going. The TCH will open for business again. Our stateside and worldwide following is extensive, and you, our guests, deserve access to the most famous paranormal location in the world. I think she also said somewhere along the line that she's not selling it, which I didn't think she would. She's too hard-headed, stubborn. She doesn't go down without a fight. But toward the end, it seems like she's kiltering as well. But it looks like right now that it's closed, which is what a lot of us wanted. Because if you're putting money into this business, you're supporting her, and I don't want to support that, and I'm sure it's not like I'm in the area where I can go there anyways. But it's more for those people that are in those areas or who want to make the trip to go there to not support her. Thank you, Tyrana, for that super chat, birthday fun, and also thank you, Jennifer Marie, for that super chat. Can't have movie night without snacks. Hearts for Tyrana and Jennifer Marie. Thank you, ladies. Bernadette goes, I know Matt Rife and Elton C keep bugging her to buy the property, and I think a lot of people have mentioned them as well. Um, I mean, that's basically what it needs. I don't even think people feel comfortable working for her because of the way that she acts. I don't blame those people. I wouldn't want to go there, not because, I mean, I wouldn't feel safe going there, period. Like a person like just it's I mean, we're not it's how she's acting and she keeps on going. I would think her lawyer would say something to say, "Hey, stay in the shadows." I mean, usually when you have lawsuits, like, I don't know how it works cuz I've never been in that situation, but I would think the lawyer would tell her, "Calm down, you know, step aside." Heather, whatever goes, anger is scary. It is, especially too. It started off with her firing somebody because the ghost told her to, said he was stealing. I mean, stuff like that just makes you. It's uncomfortable to begin with. Bernadette goes, she's cray cray. She needs to give it up already. I agree. Because Curious Potato, it's Jacqueline Nunez is the owner of the Conjuring House. I believe she purchased it how long ago? 2 years ago? A couple of years ago? Jennifer Murray goes, I just think her mental health struggles shouldn't be for public mocking. And I saw some of Jason's stream. Him and Satori were mocking her. It's just rubbed me the wrong way. I get it. Like, you shouldn't mock somebody with those. I agree with you, Jennifer Marie. I agree. Um, you shouldn't mock someone. I kind of I don't watch all his streams. I kind of watch some of them. Um, because sometimes I just don't have time to watch them. So I did not see that one, the one that you're talking about. Emily, thank you for that super chat. Keep the support going, y'all. Hearts for Emily. Thanks again, Emily. Shelly, yes, the ghost told her someone was stealing for real. Yes, that was real. It was the owner, the original owner who passed away in 18, I forgot what year, late 18 in the 1800s. She did. No lie. It started off with that. And then it just went downhill from there. And she's still going. Dusty goes, how can she be taken seriously if she doesn't even show up for court? Exactly. I don't think anyone's going to really feel comfortable with someone that's I get free speech and everything, but when you start going off the deep end when you're talking about things that make no sense, I don't blame people for pulling the Facebook or Facebook for pulling the page. Curious Potatoes, Jason from Ghost Hunters tab. Yes, that Jason. Heather, whatever goes, totally. I'm not working there. I wouldn't work there. I don't care how much they would pay me. I'd rather work in retail, and I didn't like working in retail over that. But it's crazy to think that. Jennifer Marie goes, I hope she gets the help that she needs. The problem is the only person that can help her is herself. And if she doesn't think she has a problem, she's not going to seek help. People, I mean, obviously she's gonna, if she doesn't see what she's doing, she's gonna take everything to offense, which she is. Which I don't blame her. Because obviously she thinks there's nothing wrong with her. So I don't blame her for being like, you guys are dragging my name in the dirt. You guys are doing this. You guys, but she's not seeing herself in the mirror. So she doesn't see exactly what she's doing. And she won't get, and she's that type of woman, just the way she's acting, like I said, stubborn, thinks she's entitled, thinks she's better than everyone else. I don't think she'll ever see what she's doing. And I think she's just going to continue doing what she's doing. But I don't think she'll ever disappear. Um, I don't think she'll ever disappear. There's something that's going to pop up where, um, where she'll be in the news of some sort. Heather, whatever. Thank you for your PayPal. Happy birthday. Thank you, Heather, whatever. And thank you as well, Delea, for your PayPal. Happy birthday, Lisa. Hearts for Delea and Heather, whatever. Thank you, ladies. Speaking of Terrifier 3, if you guys have not seen Terrifier 3, obviously it is out on Blu-ray. on 4K, I believe.
Did somebody get it?
Also on
It looks like somebody bought it for you. I can't see it.
it's also going to be, if you guys have that streaming service, I'm going to check right now. Give me a second. If you have that streaming service, Screambox, it's kind of like Shutter. I don't have it personally. It's a horror online thing like Shutter. I do have Shutter. It's going to be on that on February 14th on Valentine's Day. So if you guys have Screambox or can get a free trial to Screambox, you could go that direction too as well. Spend your Valentine's Day with Terrifier 3. Thank you, Boss Barbie, for that super chat. Hold on, it disappeared on me. Hey, Lisa, happy birthday. Mr. Ruck Gaming is my son's account. I watch your channel on Been a Fan. Oh, thank you, Boss Barbie. Hearts for Boss Barbie, guys. Thank you.
Mr. Bucks Gaming, shout out.
And,
Son.
and a shout out to Mr. Rex Gaming. I always see Mr. Rex Gaming. Thank you, Sada. I'm going to say it wrong because I haven't. Sadai, thank you. Happy birthday, Lisa. Also, too, hold on. Let me check.
Dude, what is the deal with your Amazon wish list?
What do you mean?
Okay, give me a second. Let me. You want to see the weird mind of Lisa Grayson? Go into the Amazon wish list right now. Like everything is a dead monster, a little killer gnome, bloody shoes. It's like a horror movie.
Yeah, someone got it for me. Thank you to
What's up your brain, man? Look at how weird it is.
What's the matter?
If you want to see her brain, like what she wants in her house and what she thinks of, go into the go into it's I'm looking at it. Everything's like blood related. Like
What's the matter?
what
with
are
my
you? Some
nose?
kind of serial killer or something?
No.
But look at there's like little munchkin monsters. What the
I like gnomes. I collect gnomes
I dropped the link in the comments. So just look at it real quick and come back.
and ducks. So I tend to have that in there with a little other stuff mixed in. Tammy, what is up? But yes, if you guys have Screambox, you could spend your Valentine's Day with Terrifier 3. I kind of knew it was going to be on Screambox because Cineverse, it's involved with Cineverse and Cineverse had Screambox. And I was like, that's the one I don't have. Curious Potatoes like gnomes. See, I'm not the only one that likes gnomes. Come on. Julie N, what is up? Jennifer Marie goes, her taste can't be all terrible if she likes you at Nerd Report.
I think Jennifer Marie's flirting.
He's also too, if you've been following me for some time, I would pull it up on the computer, but the computer's way over there, so I don't want to be like off center. But if you guys have been following me for some time, I've talked about the Pooniverse. If you guys are new, the Pooniverse is basically a horror movie ensemble that they want to make like the MCU, but with our beloved, I don't know, with our beloved characters that we grew up as a child. It started off with Pooh, Blood, and Honey. I know you guys you've heard me say Pooh, Blood, and Honey a million times. I have no problem saying it was horrible. It was low budget. Don't get me wrong. I do give a lot of those low budget movies a chance. I like a lot of them. I don't mind if they're cheesy. But this one, I just felt like it kind of just dragged for me. And I do love slashers. But and the costumes did not, I mean, obviously low budget, so the costumes aren't, but it looked like a costume from the dollar store or from, Party City. Um, there is a second one. I've like been pushing it off. I know I need to see it. Um, Pooh Blood and Honey 2. I believe it's still on Peacock. It is on my list. I just have been waiting. I think one of the other films that Pan's Nightmare, Peter Pan's Nightmare, it was released in theaters for a couple days. They don't release these for too long. They only do it. I think Pooh Blood and Honey, the second one was only released for 2 days in theaters. But they did release Pan's Neverland Nightmare or whatever the heck it's called. But they did announce an Alice in Wonderland one. And I know we've talked about they should do an Alice in Wonderland horror movie. There is one out there because if you go on Tubi, they have one. But I mean, if you think of it, it kind of is horror because it's like a trippy type of, you know, yeah, it's like a trippy kind of thing. If you're looking at it as an adult, not as a kid. I mean, I guess Cheshire Cat's kind of creepy as a kid, I guess. But they did announce a horror Alice. I think it's called Alice is Mad or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the article in front of me. Um, I know we've talked about this before that it would be so cool because there is a video game and I remember playing it. I loved it. It was like a horror Alice. I don't have high hopes for these movies. I don't want to get. I mean, I like the idea of these movies. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea. It's something different. It's not remake after remake that we're hearing. In fact, I think they just announced that they're going to remake something else. I can't think of the top of my head at this moment. Um, I know John Carpenter kind of previewed or kind of teased us with Obey. So I don't know what he has up his sleeves, but I'm tired. I don't know about you guys, but I am tired of remake after remake. I know they want to redo Patrick Bateman, and I'm like, no. Christian Bale did a wonderful job. Do not redo him. You know what I mean? Like, why do you need to redo movies from back then? I get it, they're trying to bring it to the new generations, but I feel like if you have a parent that grew up in that generation, they are going to show their kids the movie. So I feel like we don't need a reimagining, remake, whatever it may be. I want something original. So I am excited that they are doing something different. It's just the execution hasn't been that great. Great idea. It's just I haven't enjoyed the execution. They did do because Steamboat Willie came off of came open domain. So they did do a horror movie about that. Started off great, but then it just you could tell obviously it's low budget. You could tell it was low budget, but it's just it fell flat for me. So I mean I'm excited. I will give these movies a chance. They are having a Bambi one as well. So I will give these movies a chance. I have no problem with them. They sound exciting. I like when you take something that's innocent like a doll. That's why I like creepy dolls too. You take something that's innocent like a doll or a children's story and make it horrific. I always like that type of thing because it's something you least expect. Elaine goes, not a Patrick Bateman remake. They did announce that the actor, they had announced that the actor from that played, what did he play? Elvis, and that weird Elvis one that I didn't like was gonna play Patrick Bateman, but it wasn't. The director came out and said no, he wasn't even. I don't know where that information came from, so I don't know who's gonna play him. But still, Matthew goes, I am sure it's about music. John Carpenter does more of these days. I think this is a remaster of the Thing game. Okay, that I don't mind. Denny Rose is like, not Bambi. Yes, Brandon, thank you. Austin Butler. I remember Austin, but I didn't remember Butler. I was having a brain fart. There's, oh, yeah. Thank you, Bernadette. There's also Popeye the Slayer Man. And I'm not making any of this up. I'm sure once in a gazillion years, when Superman becomes open domain, they are going to make a horrific Superman, but there is Bizarro, so I don't know if you know what I mean. So Dusty, thank you for that super chat. Happy birthday bash. Lisa Hearts for Dusty. Nerd Report goes the wannabe Johnny Depp actor. It's basically someone, the Bambi, Bernadette, that's funny how you mention it. Bambi, someone kills his mother. This is what I've read. And Bambi is out for revenge. So, I mean, there are trailers out there. I don't know if they're official trailers. I'm kind of iffy when it comes to trailers because some people put fake ones out there on YouTube, believe it or not. Um, uh, I mean, obviously Bambi's gonna be CGI. I'm more of a practical effects type of girl, but I'm open to it. I'm excited. I'll give it a chance. There was also that came out this month, the werewolf movie that I want to check out. Um, that looked kind of interesting. I am a werewolf movie fan. There's not too many out there. Besides the cheesy ones, I'm sure you could go on Tubi and find a bunch. There's only a few I've ever seen. Like I grew up watching The Howling. That's probably my favorite. Starting to get back into American Werewolf in London. I know it's a cult classic. I just never really got into it when I was a kid, so I rewatched it. I haven't finished it. That I haven't gone back to finish it. Started rewatching it because I was like, okay, maybe maybe then I'm older, maybe I'll get it. Because I love werewolves, obviously. But uh, there's also there also was a werewolf movie named Lisa. I was like, I have to watch it. It's got my name. There was another movie called Lisa too, with a girl, a teenager that was doing crank calls, and she ends up crank calling like a serial killer. I had to watch that one too. I was like, why is there a movie named Lisa? Daniel goes, is ACDC the theme music for Popeye? Jennifer Rui goes, Bambi must avenge. Matthew goes, I saw the Popeye trailer. If you want blood, you got it. He's not eating spinach for nothing. No, I'm just kidding. You know how they do those trailers. And and I don't think it's a guy with prosthetics. I mean, he looks like Popeye, don't get me wrong. I even have Curious Potato goes, I like the Howling class. Oh, I love the Howling. I didn't wear it today, but I have a shirt. I saw the shirt and I was like, I have to have it. But I mean, I watched the movie later in life and I was like, I don't remember. I mean, obviously when you're a kid, everything's horrific and cool and terrifying, but still nothing could beat the effects. Nothing can beat it. Even in American Werewolf in London, nothing can beat that. They don't do it like that anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, CGI I've seen done wonderfully, but I just prefer practical effects. Like it's a dying breed. I know there's some people that still use it. They kind of go back and forth with it. They use the practical effects with the computer effects. Elaine goes, Werewolf is pretty good. I recommend it. Give it a go. Bernadette goes, Monster Squad was awesome. Yes, there was Monster Squad. Forgot about that one. Heather Whatever goes, I like Winnie the Pooh, the original, Lilo and Stitch. I'm a chicken. Wendy Corn goes, When a Stranger Calls movie. Curious Potato goes, American Werewolf in London was famous for the transformation scene. That is amazing. I was just watching. That part. I totally enjoyed. I was like, that is bad ass. They don't do that like that anymore. Chris Barber saw Abigail. I kind of liked Abigail. I did. I thought the little girl did an amazing job. The actress that played Abigail, that's what impressed me was her acting. I was like, whoa. Trying to think. I know there's other things coming out, but I can't think off the top of my head. Jennifer Marie goes, watching movies from the early 2000s and their infancy CGI is right. Yeah, it is. You can tell, especially, um, especially because I used to watch the Flash on CW, and or even watching not Supernatural. What am I? Smallville. Watching it now, I mean, obviously TV budget's nowhere near, a movie budget, but you could see like the roughness in the CGI. But hey, they tried. You know what I mean? They did what they could with the money they had. Oh, Silver Bullet. No way, I forgot about that one. I used to grow up watching that one. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, I grew up watching that one. That was I want to say that's still a cult classic too. And then when I saw Underworld, because they had because I like vampires too. Don't get me wrong. They put vampires with the lichens, and I was like, because it was at a time I never watched the trailer or anything, and I just happened to because I used to do this. I should go back and do it. I used to scroll Netflix and look through and find a movie and just pick it. Um, I don't even remember if I ever saw the trailer before even watching it, but it was on streaming. I don't even know if it was Netflix. It probably was at the time. And I saw this, I was like, holy crap, I am gonna like this movie, and I ended up liking it. Elaine Wolfman got Denny Rose goes, I'm not big on gore, but loved American Mary with Catherine Isabel. Denny Rose, Graveyard Shift left Stephen King. Sada E, Underworld, yes, I loved watching those. Bernadette goes, they were supposed to make a TV series of The Craft, but Red lit it, and later Charmed came out rather of had the Craft series. I mean, Charm wasn't that bad, but Charm, I get what you're saying. Like Charm was kind of like the CW Dawson Creek of witchcraft. I don't know how to explain it. More of that wholesome. I don't Dawson Creek. There you go. I'm just gonna say it. It's more of that wholesome type of family show, teeny bopper type of show, and then you got the Craft was which I mean it wasn't Craft, it wasn't bad, I wouldn't say, but I felt like the Craft was edgier. That's probably why, that might be why they did decide to do it. I don't know what the real reasons are, but I'm kind of speculating. Lee Saint with Tales from the Crypt. Oh my god, I grew up with that too. Denny Rose, the Blade movies are good too. The first two are good. The third, I mean, the third isn't it. But yes, Blade. Blade was amazing, especially the scene, the opening scene. D Nice goes, Charmed fell flat when they X'd off Prue. I wasn't a religious watcher of that show. Um, but I kind of dabbled in it. Matthew goes, was good until they got rid of Shannon. Usually that happens when you start off a show with three main characters, and they decide to change the main characters. That's usually when everything goes off kilter. That kind of happened with me with the last season of the X-Files. How they changed. I mean, obviously Scully was still there, but Mulder dropped off because at the time I believed he had just got married or something like that to his ex-wife, now ex-wife, Tia Leone, and he was in LA, so going to, because at the time they were filming the X-Files in British Columbia in Canada. So he kind of fell off. So then they brought in, Docket, the character Docket, I believe Docket, yeah, Docket, and Annabelle Gish's character. And when they did that, it was like everything was off kilter. It was like now Scully was Mulder, Docket was Scully. So it was like, what the hell's going on here? So that's when I was like, forget it. So I totally get it.
Uh, yo, I think like Bernadette mentioned it. I do think they should make a remake of Monster Squad because the first one, like a lot of people don't even know that movie. But if they do it, they got to do like the original and make the monsters look like the classic Universal monsters.
Well, I think that's what they're trying to do, because they have that wolf movie that they just came out with.
But they don't look like the original Wolfman. To me, the Wolfman's that black and white one.
Yeah, no, I know
You
what
know what
you're
I
saying.
mean?
Like
Like,
the
and then
very,
Frankenstein has a square head. He
very,
looks
very minimal makeup, like way
like
back then.
Frankenstein to me is always gonna look like the original Frankenstein and what's it called? The monsters.
Yeah,
But when they try to make it like a zombie, I'm not really into that. But okay, so if you haven't seen Monster Squad, it's the Goonies meets Universal Monsters, and the monsters are pretty brutal. But the movie's kind of like uh, uh, Shane Black directed it. This is the guy that I think he did what is it called? One of the cop movies with Mel Gibson. What's it called?
Lethal Weapon.
I think he did one of the Lethal Weapons. One of them.
I grew up watching those too.
But Shane Black directed it. What did he direct? That's good. I don't know if he directed that one though. But anyways, this is a really good idea, and the actual movie, it's from the '80s. It's really good, but it's kind of it falls a little short because it's a short movie, and a lot of people did not see it. But the
It's a hit classic, though.
it's not that much of a
not a hit,
classic.
but a cult
Yeah, like
classic.
a lot of people didn't
I
see
mean,
it.
I meant cult classic. It's a cult classic.
Yeah, so it's a really fun. Watch out! It's a really fun movie in my opinion because you had the monsters versus. I always have this thing like I love when a real threat goes up against
Kids.
grammar school kids
Well,
and a
that's
couple high schoolers.
that's
Right?
why you like the
It.
first It.
Like I loved it. Like that was so good because the monsters are so and like watching the move the movie through the kids' eyes, right? You know, and stuff like that. So I really liked it. I really like the innocence, and then there's this monster that's like coming after him. The first It was amazing.
The
First,
second one was
no, but the kid,
I mean, Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job.
but the movie felt different.
Yeah,
Like it was more brutal, like for the sake of being brutal. Um, you know, and what's weird, I didn't like Goonies that much. It was good, but not great for me.
I liked Goonies, but it wasn't my favorite.
No, E.T. though was great, especially when he gets together with his, his brother, and they're taking the alien out like that. Like I love stuff like that. Anyways, keep the conversation going because I already see Lisa starting a nappy.
Going.
Oh, and check out her weird Amazon wish list.
Oh my
It's
God,
fucking
it's not
weird. It is weird, dude. It's like your real brain. Because I know you get there before you go to sleep and you look at like creepy ass shit in there. Like, what's up with that underwear?
I didn't put underwear in. There's no underwear on my wish list. I buy my own underwear. Thank you very much. Brandon goes, "Are you excited for a sequel or a reboot?" I saw about the Goonies. I did. They recently announced it. I forgot what director says because I don't have it in front of me.
They're making another Goonies?
Yeah, there's a director. I forgot. Hold on, let me Google because I had it. I don't have it in front of me. Let's see. Hold on, guys. They did. I did see a thing on it. Hey, I'm gonna get demonetized with that.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, I'm sure they can hear it.
Ask her if you can hear it.
Did you hear the music? Because Lewis was off there browsing.
You can hear what song it is, too?
Yeah, I could hear the singing.
Did you hear it, though?
Let's see. It does say it's confirmed to be in development. This is from Screen Rant. But I forgot what director was going to take it on. I don't know if I'm excited about that cuz I mean depends on how they do it, how they execute it. because it is a beloved movies of the 80s. I know a lot of us grew up watching it. So it just depends on how they do it, how they execute it. Matthew goes, the original writer Christopher, do their kids go back or do they meet up older? That's a good question. Yeah, is it a sequel or is it like a reimagining? But it says Goonies 2, so I'm assuming it's a sequel, but I'm not 100% sure. Bernadette saying it's about their kids or something like that. I mean, that would be cool. Like, and if they did, like, if some of the original actors,
Yeah, but who cares though?
yeah, because Lewis says, but who cares? I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's about their kids. Like, okay, watch. Okay, so you're gonna make a Goonies 2? Who cares? Wasn't it about pirates?
It was about it was like a kids going on adventure.
Why would their kids be interesting?
It'd be the same movie over again,
Yeah, my
basically.
kids are also fine things.
I
What?
mean, that's what I'm saying. It depends on how they execute it. Because I mean, if it's the same exact story, then I'm gonna be like, why even make it? You know what I mean?
I mean, if they do a They Live, they could kind of do a remake, but they should do a sequel and have all those guys with the glasses be fighting aliens. That'd be kind of cool. But
Or have it
yeah.
where the whole area is now uh, like human beings are less of an existence and having it all the aliens except for like a band of like 5 people trying to survive in it. Something like that would be interesting. But Jennifer Verrigo's Lewis is in a mood today.
Jennifer, I'm gonna put you on timeout, okay?
Dusty goes, was Ghostbusters supposed to be a horror movie?
Yeah, horror comedy.
Horror comedy.
No, it's actually like
I mean, I feel like it's more of a comedy though than it's horror. I never considered Ghostbusters like horror because I was never scared of it when I was watching it. I always thought it was funny and entertaining.
good business. Guys trying to make a living.
Yeah, guys trying to make a living hunting ghosts. Who wouldn't want to do that? Um, in New York and be funny about it. D Nice goes, no one puts Jennifer Marie on timeout. Emily Parkinson goes, One Eyed Willie. They found the ship, so it'd be a remake of a different pirate ship. That's what I'm saying. I don't know like what direction they plan on going with it. I don't. Lee Saint, I want to see 28 years later. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that. June cannot get here soon enough. Um, I became a fan. I wasn't a super fan of zombies until I saw 28 weeks later and 28 days later. That just changed my view. I know a lot of people say Night of the Living Dead, but it came to me with 28 weeks later, 28 days. Lewis is saying Dawn of the Dead. For me, I mean, I watched all those when I was growing up, but I really did not get an interest in zombies until the 28 days, 28 weeks movies. And I got to rewatch those. It's been a while since I've seen those. Matthew goes, Ghostbusters was originally going to be a horror sci-fi film until Ivan and Harold got a part of it. Dan's original would have cost too much. Denny Rose goes, an old movie with Vincent Price. That horror-ish comedy is Bloodbath at the House of Death. I think you can still see it. It's free on YouTube. I do like Vincent Price. Um, I don't think I've really watched one of his films, but I do like Vincent Price, if that makes any sense.
Let them know that I had the honor of interviewing Ivan Reitman and his son after Ghostbusters. Before Ivan.
Oh, Lewis had the honor of interviewing Ivan Reitman before he passed.
It's on Nuke the Fridge.
And it is on Nuke the Fridge if you guys want to check that out on here on YouTube. And his son, both of them. Sadi goes, mine was Night of the Living Dead, the black and white. Then the one in the 80s was good. Chris Barber goes, don't F with the originals. Exactly. From Scream. when Sydney goes, "Don't f with the originals." Daniel goes, "What was the name of the vampire who fell in love with a girl and returned to normal?" I cannot think of it or any.
Name of a vampire that
Yeah, I don't remember a movie.
became normal after. Hmm.
Matthew going was originally going to be in the future where there were Ghostbusters all around the world.
What is Jennifer Marie in a bad mood?
Seti also says, I loved 28 Days Later and Resident Evil. I love the game Resident Evil. The only thing is, I hated the dogs. So when I watched the movies, and I'm like, you know how you get flashbacks when you're, and I was watching the movie, and I'm like, oh, those dogs, I hated them.
Lisa, remember we met George A. Romero?
Oh, we did. We
He
met.
was at Mad Monster.
George A. Romero was at Mad Monster. We got to meet him. He was kind of cool.
He was very cool. He looked
He,
like Stanley.
he was pretty cool. It was like the year before he passed, right?
Something like that. But he's like a Stanley.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I think Lewis asked him about The Walking Dead.
If he gets royalties.
If he gets royalties for The Walking
He
Dead,
goes,
and he laughed.
he goes, they should.
D Nice goes a Japanese TV movie series called Kawaii Doa Scary Fairy Tales featured a Thumbrella episode with a darker tone. Would you be interested in seeing those as a full length movie? Yeah. A lot of times though, they do take these horror shorts. I don't know if D Nice if you were talking about horror shorts, but they do take these horror shorts and make them into full length movies. And let me tell you, I feel like the horror short was way better than some of these movies. Not to get and lower budget. Like Smile, for instance. I haven't seen the second one, so I can't talk about the second one. The first one, I think I worst. I know some people like it. Nothing wrong if you guys like it. It just wasn't for me. Great concept. I watched I think the first 20 minutes of it, and I always watch. I watched the entire Pooh Blood and Honey, and I can't stand that movie. Smile, I stopped in the middle. And I have never returned. Found the horror short on YouTube. I don't remember what the name of it off the top of my head. Loved it. The horror short. I was like, this came from that? Yeah, yeah. I loved it. So sometimes I feel like, and it's lower budget too. Sometimes I feel like these horror shorts, they may be 10 minutes, 3 minutes long, whatnot. There's some of them that are like 2 minutes long, and I enjoy them. And there are quite a few here on YouTube. So if you guys ever have something that you want to check out and you're looking for something to watch, check out horror shorts on YouTube. Just search it. A whole bunch of them will pop out. I mean, some of them there's some cheesy ones in there. I'm not gonna lie, but there's some good ones that are like, oh, that one was really good.
If someone, the next person that sends $1 or more to Lisa, I'll tell you George A. Romero story I had with him. So if you want to know a story I had about George A. Romero, the creator of the Living Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, I have a story about him that a few people know. But anyone who sends a super chat of $1 or more, I'll share it. If not, stick it.
Curious Potato goes, the original War of the World was better than the Tom Cruise version. I don't
Oh,
think.
of course.
Well, yeah, of course. There's also was a War of the Worlds TV series that had Adrian Paul. I don't know if you guys ever are familiar with it. I don't think it was that popular, but I do remember I was a fan of it. It had Adrian Paul who played Highlander in the TV series. Um, if you he was also I think he was on an episode of The Flash, the CW Flash too. Um, I love that show. Brandon, thank you for that super chat. Tell us all your stories, Lewis. A buck more.
So AJ, oh, more.
Jennifer, they're probably not gonna hear me. Jennifer Murray, thank you for that super chat as well. A man today told me to act right, so chat, we ride at dawn to raise hell. Hearts for Brandon and Jennifer Marie. Thank you.
All right. So George A. Romero is, if you look him up, he's like the godfather of modern day zombies. Like Don, he did Night of the Living Dead, and then what is it? Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and what was the last one he did? That I forgot the name of it, but John Leguizamo was in there. Diary of the Dead he did as well, but I just forgot the third one. But anyways,
Brain fart.
huh?
Brain fart.
And then they also made a movie called The Crazies. But anyways, he's the one that started the modern lumbering zombies. It's a black and white movie. It's the first one, Night of the Living Dead. It's pretty scary if you ask me. Very scary. And this dude, like, he's the one that made it so, like, any zombies that are slow and you shoot them in the head and they die again, that's a Romero zombie. So basically, the ones you see in The Walking Dead, those are Romero zombies. That's what we call them. Running zombies.
That's Train to Busan.
No, but running zombies
Oh,
is
I
kind of,
love
he
that
had
movie.
running
Oh.
zombies too. So Mad Monster a few years ago, like a lot of years ago, actually, I met George A. Romero and I took a picture with him. So I'm holding, I'm like right here, I'm taking a picture with him, and somebody's taking a picture.
Oh, it was me. I took the picture.
You did, right?
Yeah.
So I asked him the first question, which is, you already heard it, but the second one's for the super chat. The first one was, "Hey man," like he's like this, right? He's like this, and I'm like this, and he sounds like the old guy, like Stan Lee kind of. And I go, "Oh man," I go, "Do you get a check from The Walking Dead, since those are pretty much your zombies?" He goes, "Yeah, they should give me a check." He goes like that. And then here's the funniest thing I've ever. This is so funny, man. And maybe you had to be there, but Night of the Living Dead scared the shit out of me. I don't know, man. It was just like in black and white. It was that time where color movies were out, and it just had that weird vibe. You remember Night of the Living Dead, folks? Do you know that movie? That movie is just scary. It's an old film, and if you're my age, you saw it when you were a kid, and you weren't, just come out black and white, and you see like people eating guts and everything. Like, it was just so gross and scary and morbid. So that movie scared the poop out of me. So I'm here with George A. Romero, and I'm holding him here to get a picture, and then I go, "Man, your movies really scared the shit out of me when I was a kid." And he goes, "Oh, sorry about that."
Oh, you did? I forgot.
He said, "Sorry about that." He goes, "Oh, sorry about that." Like, what the fuck? But the way he said, I don't know, it was so
Oh,
cool.
that was the year that Danny Trejos was there.
Danny Trejo was there too. But here's like the godfather of like horror. He just says, "Sorry about that." Like, it was cool. But he passed away.
Maybe a year after that, I think, a year and a half.
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. But he used to smoke like a chimney. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, and everything. We've met a lot of great people though, right? So I've had a chance to meet Ivan Reitman from Ghostbusters. I got shit. I've met a
Lin
lot.
Shaye
Lynn Shea. I've met a lot
from
of people.
the Insidious.
Um, and Stan Lee. That was a great person to have
I
around.
think you interviewed what's her face too.
Who?
That played the Warrens in the Insidious. Can't think of her name.
Lynn Shea.
Farmiga.
From Vera
Yeah,
Farmiga.
Vera
Yeah.
Farmiga.
Yeah. No, dude. Wasn't
That was the camera.
weren't the Warrens there when we were doing?
That was the camera person.
Weren't the Warrens there when we were
It'd
doing?
be the one Warren because she was.
Yeah, she has a beehive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there at the red carpet we did for it and everything, and one of those.
One of those. I remember.
One of
I
those.
was the
Yeah, we
camera
met
person.
a lot of people there. Yeah, you were the camera
That
person.
was the camera person.
So yeah. So anyways, Marvel's not the same ever since Stan Lee passed away, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But even though he didn't have creative input, but no, that was great. And I have another story about Stan Lee. If you guys, for another super chat dollar or more, I'll share it. It's a Stan Lee story. It's a very nice one, actually. But anyways, all stories with Stan Lee are nice, but I got one that really stands out. Okay.
So, if you guys want to check out Mad Monster this year, it's in July. Go to madmonster.com. It's Mad Monster. It is in Arizona, guys. It is a blast. Don't let the crazy weather deter you. It is inside, so they do have a pool. So we always have a blast every year. Last year I met a bunch of you all. I met Shelly, Brandon, Bernadette, Leonore, Jennifer Marie came. So if you guys tinkle tits, if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. But we all had a blast. It is Gunner Girl and her husband came by again. They came by the last time as well, the year before. So if you guys want to check us out this or check it out this year, it is in July. Madmonster.com. Like I said, it's very intimate. Very small. It's not a Comic Con. I don't, but it's like a small convention. There are mom and pop vendors that go, small business vendors that do go there that sell cool stuff as well. And like I said, you could be in the lobby and you could see like Robert Englund walk by because he was at the bar when we were there. So they haven't released who's going to be there this year yet because do have they do have one. Oh, Blue's saying he is going to be there. They do have one in North Carolina. It's North Carolina,
I
right?
know somebody big that's going to be there, but I can't sure.
They do have one as well in North Carolina in February as well. Boss Barbie, thank you. Your beanie's cool, Lisa. So is Lewis's hat. I got Lewis that hat for Christmas, and then his mom made me this beanie for Christmas, and I've been wearing it religiously since. Sadi goes, I will be moving back home around July.
Somebody super chatted for the Stanley story.
Bernadette, I missed it. Hold on.
Heather Rose?
Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, guys, because
Yeah, Heather, whatever. Stanley.
it showed it. It disappeared.
It's right here.
Oh.
Want me to tell it?
Heather, whatever. Thank you for that super chat. Sorry, I had to look for it. It jumped real quickly. Stan Lee. Thank you, Heather, whatever. Hearts for Heather, whatever, guys.
Well, I'll give it a bonus story. So there's two. The original one I was gonna say no, the original one I was gonna say I'll say it first, and then the second one is I'm gonna say it second because it's the most important one. Okay, so Stan Lee, do you all know who he is? Some people don't. It's okay. Stan Lee is a guy who was born in the 1920s. He is pretty much the godfather of Marvel. He created a lot of characters. People help him co-create characters as well, but he's most notable for any character that has the name with the beginning and the first and last name have the same letter. Peter Parker. That's um, uh, him. That's Stan Lee's creation, right? Bruce Banner. It's the Hulk. That's Stan Lee's creation. Okay. Fantastic Four is also Stan Lee creation. Um, X-Men. Not all the X-Men, of course. He had people helping him. Anyways, that's who Stan Lee is. He used to have cameos in all the Marvel films. If you don't know him, old guy, everyone loved him.
I think they still put a cameo.
They still do.
New one.
So the first story is I gave him my friend created before there were Funkos, there was these things people used to draw on like a little, I don't know, like a plastic thing, like artists used to draw on it. So my buddy created one of Stan Lee, and since we had Stan Lee at Frankenson, and I used to manage there, help. Um, he goes, "Could you give this to Stan Lee?" And I go, "Sure." So he gave me the thing, and I gave it to Stan Lee's manager Max and Stan Lee. So I gave them the thing, and I go, "This is for my friend and everything. Take a picture or whatever." Okay, so I guess Stan didn't notice he got that. So on the Monday, because this thing was on Sunday, on a Saturday, on the Monday, it's like 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. My phone rings, right, and his manager goes, "Hey, Louis, what I'm talking about, right?"
Yeah.
I go, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh man, I just got up." And he goes, "I have somebody that wants to talk to you." He goes, and I go, "Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna put him on. Put the person on. I don't know who it is because it's early, right?" "Hello, is this Lewis?" And I'm like, yeah. "I just wanted to personally thank you for giving me this mug, I guess they're called. It looks great. It's a really handsome guy you have there." And it was him, right? And I go, "Oh, Stan, thank you. You liked it. This is the first time I ever interact with him, like personally." And I go, "Man, you're welcome." He goes, "Excelsior." And he hangs up. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. And then the bonus, all right? Sorry to take over your show, Lisa. Yeah, no. You want to say the Comic Con story? Okay. Lisa has another story, super chat or $1 or more, okay, for her birthday. It could be $1, whatever. Comic Con story. All right. Yeah. But this is the most important um, thing about Stan Lee, because this is an icon. This is like Walt Disney, right? To me, better than Walt Disney to me. Stan Lee, I used to hang around before he used to do the events, like in a room where he rested, like the green room, you call it. And I've done those events with him. I was fortunate or around him for like at least 10 of them, right? Throughout the years. Sometimes he was in a good mood, sometimes he wasn't. Sometimes he was sick. He's 90, right? But one thing about Stan Lee is that no matter how he felt, he was every time a fan would come in to show appreciation, he would act good and give that fan a good experience, whether they were paying or not. And that is Stan Lee. And and it's a different era. So that says a lot. And there were times he was pissed. There was times he wasn't feeling good. There were times he was happy. But Stan Lee always took the time that if people came and they go, "Hey, that's Stan Lee," he'd rise up in his 90s and make sure that person had an okay time with Stan Lee. That's all.
Heather, whatever. Thank you for that super chat. Hearts for Heather with whatever. She says Excelsior. So my story happened when we went to Comic Con one year. I don't even remember how it went, but I do remember. I don't even think we were expecting this, but Lewis knows the manager at the time with Stan Lee, and he was like, "Hey, come up to the suite um to interview Stan Lee." So we go up there, and it ends up being we all go in. There's I guess Stan Lee walks in. I can't remember it completely. It was a while. Um there's like a group of us like in a circle, and Stan Lee sits in the middle and he starts telling us stories. That was the most awesome moment. Who could say that they got to sit and listen to Stan Lee tell us about, talk about and tell us stories. Um and and after that happened, I don't know how many people are there. What do you think? Like 50, 30 people? 30 people? He took pictures with every single one of us. He took the time. He he said thank you. He was the most polite person, like Lou said, you can ever ask for. Um and he took the time to say hello, to take a picture with every single one of us. So I do have a picture with Stan Lee. So that is my Stan Lee moment. Thank you, Emily Parkinson. Hold on, I didn't see what you said. Give me a second. Happy late birthday, Lisa. Stay safe. Thank you, Emily. Hearts for Emily. Thank you, Denny, for hanging out with us. But yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
I have an embarrassing story with a major celebrity for any super chat over $1. Did they hear it?
I think they did. Carbon monoxide alarm activated? That's not good.
Here?
No, by in my area. I think mine's still I didn't click on it, so it didn't come to this area. The random stuff that pops up on my phone cuz I have a crime app. So it tells me actually it's kind of cool cuz it tells me what's going on. Yeah, Daniel says he heard you. Everyone's like, "What?" So guys, as I was asking earlier, um I'm trying I'm tweaking the schedule a bit. So what days would you like to see me go live?
Every day.
Lewis says every day. Curious Potato goes, I want to hear your meeting with Robert England. Was he nice? I didn't really speak with him, but I do know Bernadette in the chat ran into him in the and she also had a photo op with him. She ran into him in the elevator and he was super nice. He even like said what floor are you going to and everything. I haven't talked to him personally, or anything. I've seen him walking around, like, Richard Blake was there. Brake, I think is his name. The actor that Rob Zombie always uses in his film, he was there and he was walking through, but I didn't personally have, like, an interaction with him. But what I see of him, because sometimes we'll walk in and he's doing a photo op, he is, like, the nicest guy, like, he talks to everybody, um Dusty goes any night, but Friday is good for me. Julie goes every day. Chris is asking how far are you guys from the fire? I'm about I live about the closest fire was about 40 with traffic, I want to say. It's like 40 minutes for me. Um the second fire was probably like an hour and a half. Here in LA, what? You're like 20 minutes from the Eaton fire?
Huh?
And then probably what? He's probably like an hour from the coast. Hour or 45 minutes probably. So we're like and he's like in between them and I'm like far I was in the middle because there was also another fire in what was it? Riverside County, so I was in between. But I wasn't super close at all. But there were because of the wind, there were idiots out. I hate to say it, and they were setting fires everywhere. Like my app, my Citizens app was like beeping up saying mobile home on fire, trash can on fire, side of the hill on fire. Like literally, there was just fires popping up everywhere. It was crazy. But Boss Barbie goes any night for me to island time. Heather, whatever goes close enough. It was scary time. Jennifer Marie, the The A's, I don't trust YouTube, made me so mad. SoCal is my home. Definitely, it doesn't matter. Whenever it's windy, it it doesn't matter. It always happens here. I think the last time, what was the summertime where the mountains by me were on fire too. So it's whenever there's windy weather, there's just yes, we're safe, Boss Barbie. I agree, Dusty. It is awful. Though there are reports that the one here in the Eaton fire, which is in the Altadena area, might have been started by a power pole.
They don't know yet
No, they have the video floating around of with there is a video floating around that I've seen on Facebook.
with the hikers.
No, not with the hikers. They're just showing a video of the utility pole. Like they're showing the spark and then they show like the next they're just showing a slide. They're not even showing the video to be honest. It's just a slide of the video where it's like the spark coming from you see like a utility pole and then you see the lines and you see the trees waving in the line and you see the spark and the next thing you know the tree is on fire. Yeah, there Heather whatever there was one near San Diego, but I'm kind of like San Diego's like what 2 hours from me. So I've been in the middle of everything. But I do have a hill behind my house, but they do keep it pretty much trimmed, but it never had a problem. But they do keep it trimmed. There is a water tower now behind my house that wasn't there before. It's because there is a warehouse, a FedEx warehouse on the other side. Um, because they decided to put warehouses on the other side. So that's the reason why there is now a water tank, which I'm grateful for. I don't know if it has water in it. That's another story. But I've kind of been in the middle of it where I'm at, so I'm not really near any of it. Even though on Saturday, I guess my crime app said it was a house not in my immediate neighborhood, but one over. That the house was on fire, but it didn't go any worse. Like they got it out right away. Heather, whatever goes. My brother was the other side of the fire road in San Diego and was scared because he was with my mom and in and out of the hospital. They contained it though. That's good. Hug, thank you. You look so pretty. What is up, Hug? But luckily, I've been kind of safe, but I do feel for those people. Um, I mean, because they lost everything. You can't replace photos. You can't replace um, family heirlooms, stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure. Well, a lot of them had to leave right away. So they probably couldn't have grabbed a bunch of stuff. So I feel for those people. You can't replace those things. And I know I've seen some stories where the firefighters have actually saved photos for people. Or ironically, people are finding their wedding rings in the rubble, which is kind of crazy. Jennifer Marie goes, I had a friend who was close to the SD fire also. He said it was contained so quickly because the SD had no wind that day. He also suspected it was the A word. And I think in the summertime too, where Big Bear is, there was a fire as well. And I'm probably with that one, I'm probably like that one was closer to me, but not I'm still like in the middle. But people are just terrible. As soon as they say, I mean, I get it. The news reports on weather and all all that stuff. But as soon as they say wind, that's when S hits the fan. Curious Potato makes me think of the Foo Fighters song Hero rescuing photos. That's why it kind of makes you think like to have those type of things easily accessible. So if you do have to run out in a hurry, you can just grab it. Like especially photos, you cannot replace photos at all. You can replace like other things, but just you can never replace photos unless you have them digitized. I mean, I know most of us have the photos on our phone, but way back in the day, we had photo albums. Jennifer Murray goes, all my photos are in two boxes. If we ever had to go, it's the kids, animals, and those two boxes. That is a way to be prepared. Or you can digitize them. I know a lot of my newer photos are digitized, but like my older ones, I don't. I mean, I have some that I've taken pictures. I mean, take pictures of so that way I could have it and share it type of thing. So I do have some there, but I don't have because my first thing would I would take my parents with me because I do have their ashes. That would be the first thing I would grab. I don't care about anything else because that I cannot replace. I agree, Jennifer Marie. Nothing beats a photo. Digitized isn't the same as the physical copies, though. Very true. Dusty, that too. Too much to digitize. I have a whole like I don't know container full of them, and some of them are from my grandmother's side of the family, from like the 18. I don't even know what year it was. 1800s, like the old West time. Literally, like taken with one of those cameras where you had to stay still for like 20 hours. Yeah, like Back to the Future kind of. No, I'm talking, yeah, Back to the Future Part 3, like one of those box ones where you have to, sit there and you have to wait like 20, I don't know how long you wait, but, a long time, put it that way. That's why no one was smiling in those pictures. And literally, no one's smiling in any of those pictures. Curious Potato goes, I've just a small collection of photos. My mom and dad. I'd be sad if I lost it. Yeah, those type of things you can't replace, or like your mother's things. If you're, like my mom's things, I couldn't replace that. Dusty has pictures of my parents' parents. Like I don't even know who these people are. They're my grandmother's side of the family, but I don't know, like, I couldn't tell you who these people are. I just know that because of the last name, I know, oh, that's my grandmother's side of the family that lived in the old West, Wild West. And then I have pictures of my mom when she was younger, and then my dad too. And then I have pictures of my grandmother when she was young and my grandfather. Hugs goes, I have a music collection that's irreplaceable. Two autograph items like set list, cassette tape, CDs, lots of guitar picks I caught on that were given to me, my vinyls, my from childhood. Exactly. There's a lot of stuff you can't replace. So I do feel for those people. A lot of times it's from like they're saying, like I said, the Eaton fire, they're saying it could be from an electrical pole, but the ones that are start by someone or as easy as someone throwing a cigarette out their window, that is where it's like, why are you going to throw your cigarette out the window on a dry road or like, field? And I see people doing that when I'm driving on the freeway. And I'm like, dude. And then not only that, you work super hard to get the house. You put your blood, sweat, and tears in it, and to see it gone in 2 seconds, that just it's like it's probably the equivalent of you work so hard for your money, and to see someone steal it. Took you 2 weeks to get that money, and someone steals it in what 2 minutes? It's the equivalent of that. Like that sucks. Hug goes, I have a loved one ashes in a guitar shaped pendant. I freak out if it's misplaced. I can't deal without the thought of losing it. I have one. I also have a pen. I have a urn with my mom's ashes, but I also have a pendant that's around her picture. That my dad had given me. Right, right after, shortly after, and I don't wear it because I never wanted to lose it, so I have it. But I do have, some stuff of hers that if it were ever to get lost, I'd go ballistic. Oh, sorry to hear, Wendy. Wendy goes, I'm still having a real hard time with the people in my apartment complex, by the way. They've been robbing blind for a year and a half, including stealing my monthly check. I should write up. That is horrible. Sorry to hear, Wendy. That sucks when people do that. But unfortunately, there's people out there like that do those things. All right, guys. Any last minute questions before I end this stream? And then also, too, I'm probably going to tweak my schedule a bit. So just keep a lookout on my socials and I will let you know what days I am going to go on. I'm still thinking about it. And if you like, Bernadette dropped my Amazon wish list. If you like to take a gander or look at it after the stream, you're
Crazy in there.
you're welcome to it. Lewis is making fun of my Amazon wish list. Thank you, Heather Whatever, for that super chat from Deadpool 2 song Ashes Beautiful and Timely. Hearts for Heather Whatever. Thank you, Heather Whatever. I appreciate that.
Lisa's Amazon wish list is like a horror movie.
All right, guys, without further ado, thank you guys for joining me on this special
If you ignore me, I'm not going to
of my special edition of Grayson Report. Again, I'm tweaking my live schedule, so just just keep an eye out on my socials, and I will see you on the next one. Stay spooky and sweet nightmares, guys. Good night, and thank you. See you on the next one. You guys are amazing. Good night, guys.